Good morning, one and all. Today we are going to see on the topic of action and resting potential. What is action and resting potential? Action and potential is nothing but is the electrical signal that is transmitted along the axon of the neuron. The propagation of the action potential occurs when the electrical charges reaches a threshold and triggers the opening of voltage gated ion channels. Is nothing but when the humans are in active condition, we can able to get the action potential of the human body. When the human body is in rest condition, we can able to rectify the resting potential. Resting potential is nothing but the electrical charge that exists across the cell membrane when the neuron is at rest. Furtherly, it can be developed to the propagation of the action potential. An action potential is an electrical signal that the neurons use to communicate with each other. It is a brief and rapid change in the electrical potential of a neuron that occurs when a threshold level of depolarization is reached. Depolarization occurs when positive charged ions such as sodium flow into the neuron, causing the voltage gated ion channels in the cell membranes to open. This process triggers the propagation of the action potential along the length of the neuron. The speed and accuracy of the action potential propagations are enhanced by myelin, which wraps around the axons of neurons and acts as an insulator. Myelin prevents the electrical charge from leaking out of the neuron and allows the action potential to travel more efficiently along the axon. Once the action potential reaches the end of the neuron, it triggers and releases the neurotransmitter, which transmits a signal to the next neuron in the circuit. This process is critical for communication between the neuron and many functions of the nervous system, including sensory perception and motor control and the cognition. It can consider as a sodium potassium pump through which the neurons can be transmitted the energy signals. The sodium potassium pump is a protein that is found in the plasma membranes of the cells. It is responsible for maintaining the concentration gradient of sodium and potassium ion across the cell membrane. The pump uses ATP, adenine triphosphate energy, to pump 3 sodium ions out of the cell for each 2 potassium ion pumped into the cells. Electrodes are used to measure the activities of the cells, including sodium potassium pump. There are two types of electrodes, microelectrodes and macroelectrodes. Microelectrodes are very small and are used to measure the activity of individual cells. Macroelectrodes are larger and used to measure the activities of group of cells. These electrodes can be used to measure the electrical activities of cells such as resting potential and action potentials. Thank you.